Hello my friends, thanks for stopping by. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we are going to do what I think is going to be a very exciting video. It's not something new, but it is new for me. I hadn't had a professional facial in a very long time, and I went the other day and had one, and she used a new tool on me. And when I got in my truck, I always check my skin to see how it looks, because after a facial, if you've had one, you know the feeling. Your skin just looks so beautiful. And so I looked in the rearview mirror and checked out my skin, and I was shocked at what I saw. My skin was so plumped and it looked so clean, and I thought, oh my goodness, I see a light blinking, which I never normally see, but okay, I have a mirror behind me. Never mind. Okay, so I mentioned it in a video, my big haul, that as soon as it came in, I would tell you. So I am going to be introducing you. Some of you probably are already using this, already know about it, but it was the first time I had ever had it used on me. And this is the Kinga Beauty Forever Facial Scrubber. These are ultrasonic. Let me get the tool here. I got mine at Amazon. I don't want to forget to tell you that. I got it at Amazon, and this one was $49.99. Do sell a professional version of this, which wholesale it runs $2.99, and retail it would be $5.99. So it's very expensive at the professional level. So I wanted to go ahead and order a mid-range one to see if it worked as well as the professional one. I probably will end up getting the professional one. Okay, so anyway, it is the Kinga facial scrubber, and this one is from Amazon. It was $49.99, as I said. And what this is, it's an ultrasonic sound waves are pushed in, and then when you're extracting, they're pulled out. So you can extract with this, and you can also infuse your skincare products with it. I am going to use this. I'm going to demonstrate all the things you can do with it in this video, and I'm going to be using it myself the way my esthetician used it on me. I think it's a fabulous tool. It helps to loosen all the dead skin. You'll see that it actually does extractions, not really deep extraction, but it does clean out the pores, and I know that's a big issue for many. It's very gentle if done correctly, and works really well with sensitive skin types. I need to stress, all the tools that you use must be used with a gentle touch. Think, if you feel it too much, lighten your pressure and just glide. You can actually see this tool working, and I hope that the camera picks it up. That's all I wanted to really say. I could get into the nitty-gritty and tell you all kinds of things, but I think it's just better to show you. So I have my trusty little steamer here, and this is my Dennis Gross, Dr. Dennis Gross steamer. I'm going to use it with my steamer. I'm going to use it with products, and I am going to use it to cleanse. And then I'm going to use it with a serum, and then I'm going to show you how you can use it with a mask. So this video may run a little longer. Of course, I'm going to fast forward through some of it, because I'll be doing the same thing, and I'm not going to sit here for an hour in a video, because I know your time is much more precious than that. So what I'm going to do, because I don't have a sink here for me, I will be using to keep my face wet, and you're not going to be able to see this because it's a very dark area that I'm in, so I must have my beauty light, okay? So this is the Aven Eau Thermale water. I like this because it's protected water. Okay, and you can use tap water from the sink, because I'm just going to be cleansing my skin. And I do feel it's important to say that when you're using these products, try to find the cleanest products you can, and try to stay away from alcohol. When alcohol is really high up in the ingredient label list, make sure you stay away from them, because you're driving these into your skin. So you don't want to drive that alcohol into your skin. So all the products that I'm using, none of them have alcohol in them, okay? So I'm going to start with my Tata Harper Purifying Cleanser, and I'm just going to spray my face, give it a spritz. And I want to get my skin wet, because I am using my cleanser. And usually I would put this on dry skin, but I'm going to do it with wet just to speed up the process. So I have the Purifying Cleanser, and I'm just going to go ahead, and it will lightly cream up, emulsify for me. Now, I incorporate my neck in this, but because I have a microphone on and a higher collar, I'm not going to be doing that. But I'm going to wipe my paws off, and now I'm just going to spritz a little bit more. Again, you'll be at the sink, so you just go ahead and wet your Foreo or whatever you happen to be using. So now I'm just going to take this and I'm going to do a light cleansing just to make sure that I have any dirt off my face, because I don't want to push any of that dirt into my pores when I'm using this tool. So my facialist, she did just what I'm doing. She gave me a quick cleanse. Of course, and I don't pay any attention to the pulsations and the timer on it. I just go ahead and give a good cleanse. I go a little bit more in the areas that tend to have a buildup in pores, which is always the T-zone area. And as you age, you'll notice that you might have a little more pore action going on in here. Okay, so that is it. So I'm going to turn my Foreo off. And I just rinse and wash my Foreo with my Dr. Bronner's once a week, actually. I just rinse it with really hot water, and it stays really clean, as you can see. I'm going to take a wet cloth, and I'm going to go ahead, and I'm just going to wipe away most of that cleanser. Got to be careful around the eye areas if you're wearing contacts, because sometimes this Foreo will splash. Now I'm going to turn on my steamer. Now, if you want, you can use this tool with more of your cleaning product. So if you really want to use it with your cleaning product, you go right ahead. But I'm going to start my steamer. My steamer is kicking out all its beautiful steam, which I absolutely love. So I'm going to allow my face to steam for a full 5 minutes, okay? What this does is it just softens up the skin, and it does help. Your pores don't really open and close, but it helps to soften everything that is in them. So I'm just going to allow this to steam for 5 minutes, and I will be back with you. So I'm done steaming. I allowed it to steam for, I think my steamer runs for about 7 minutes. So I allowed it to run for the 7 minutes, and my skin is just damp now. So I will need to use more water as I go along. Again, you can use tap water. If you just take like a paintbrush and keep dipping it in water and then spread it across your face, it'll give you just enough moisture. If you just keep wetting with this, it's not going to give you enough moisture. I also wanted to show you that if you don't have the Aven water and you happen to have perhaps the Nyad SDSM spray, you can use that. If you have a botanical type spray, this is the Camu with the vitamin C, you can use that. And again, you can just get a small spray bottle and use plain water. It's not important during the extraction to use serums or anything. Now, if you want, and I would say that I would do a very small area of this first, you can use this tool with an exfoliating mask, but I'm not going to, because for instance, say if I were to use a Peter Thomas Roth pumpkin enzyme, this is such a good product for me on its own. I wouldn't want to incorporate something a little extra. It may be too much for my skin. But if you're somebody that's really going for that, then you can go ahead and use this, but proceed with caution. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, now you don't have to leave it plugged in mine after you charge this. It will work on its own, but I'm going to leave it plugged in because I'm probably going to be yakking here a little bit more than I should. So first you want to just turn it on, and that is the middle button. You just turn it on and you'll see some little lights shine. And then you're going to go over here and there's a squiggly line. You're going to press that, and then it starts to vibrate and you can really feel it. And then you're going to press the plus button because you want to pull out with the ions. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spray my forehead up really good. And I'm just going to work, and I'm going to glide along, and you'll see, I hope you can see the mist. I'm going to do it sideways so you can see the mist that's coming off. And working very slow, almost a 45 degree angle, very slow. Just go up your forehead. This is a very light, medium pressure. You're not gouging or digging into your head. And I can see the water, that's how fast it's oscillating, which is very hard for me to say with the Invisalign in my mouth. Okay, so I'm just going to do my forehead. And I'm going to spritz on the side here. And I'm just going to keep going up. And I don't get too much when I'm going on my forehead, but I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Always clean off your head, okay, as you go along. When you get to your nose area, you'll see that you need to clean it off a little bit more. Okay, so I'm just spraying more, and I'm just going to do this area. And I do go over it once or twice. I don't worry about, you know, how many times. It should take you about, 3 minutes to do this extraction part. So I just really focus on the areas that it's needed. Like right through here, it is definitely needed. So I just do a couple of scoops. Nothing's coming out, it's a couple of scoops, like I'm doing ice cream. Nothing's coming out, but now we're gonna move on to my cheek area. So I'm gonna really spritz it up. And then I'm just going to tap because I have contacts in, so I wanna get the moisture out. And then I'm just going to work from this, and I'm just gonna go up. I like to work up towards the lymphatic draining, but you really don't have to. You can work just straight up if you want, but you're not working down with this. Okay, you just work up. This tool also has the ability, this one in particular, they don't all have this feature, but this one here, it has where you can just use the ultrasonic with no ion that pushes it in or out, and it can be used similar. I'm not going to say it is just like, but you can use it similar to the new face. So it can help to lift, okay? So now my eyebrow is wet. I'm just gonna go right over my eyebrow, okay? So now I wanna get my chin area. And again, you can go over that a couple of times, the side of the face. So I'm working in slow motion. And now here in the chin area, sometimes we get a little bit going on there. Okay, over the lip. Okay, so now we're going to work on the nose area, which is mainly where most of the people have their clogged pores. So I'm going to come down first. And then I'm just going to keep going. I'm trying to look in a mirror here. And then don't be afraid to manipulate your nose, and you can use one angle of the tool. I don't have much coming out. I do have a little bit. There was a little bit. Can really work it and use the edge of the tool. Again, light pressure. And then I don't know if you'll be able to see. Let me show you. Okay, so you want to wipe that off and clean it off. Going to do the nose, spray it again. Keep it nice and wet, okay, especially when you're first learning. And then we're just going to go down. And then manipulate your nose over. I tend to have my pore area right in here. Okay, there is something on there. You can see it. I don't know, I'll know when I play it back. Okay, so now I'm just going to spray the other side of my face, and I'm going to fast forward through all of this, okay? So I think I forgot to mention, when you're doing the exfoliation, this side, you see how the teeth go down? That should be on your face for extractions, okay? So it's that side down. So the tool should be facing your face. So you're not going to see the actual control panel. when you're doing the exfoliation, okay? Okay, so there's the exfoliation part. So I'm just going to take my washcloth. I'm going to go ahead and just pat my skin dry and let you have a look-see. You should not have much irritation. You will see where you work around your nose, you might have a little bit more. Now, I have a tendency to get red just by touching my skin. So, don't be frightened off by the redness you may see on me, okay? If you're super sensitive, expect to see a little bit of redness. But again, you should not be pressing really hard with this. If you're seeing the grooves of these two into your face, you're pressing too hard. I should also mention, when you're using the extraction part of it, it's okay to go over the area a couple of times. If it hurts, stop. Don't do it anymore because something's going on that it really hurts. But if you're just gliding along and it's coming out, it's not on right now, but if you're just gliding along and it's coming out, it's okay to go 1, 2, 3, even 4, 5 times, as long as your pressure is right, okay? So I think that's really important. And then after this, you can do the extraction part. They say you should start out with about 1 time a week. And if you've been doing exfoliation for a while and you're pretty good at handling the tool and you're not having any irritation or symptoms from using it, I don't see why you couldn't do it 2 times a week, the exfoliation part. I will be doing it twice a week. But again, you all have to know what your skin can handle and move forward from there. Okay? Before we move on to the serum part of it, I wanted to show you how you can incorporate it when using a mask, a sheet mask. So again, look at the ingredients of your mask. If alcohol or denatured alcohol are in those masks, then you do not want to use it with this. You can also use it with a gel-like mask. I mean, this is a hydration mask. I absolutely love this Peter Thomas Roth mask. It's the Blue Marine Algae. You can use it with this. I'm going to apply this mask. And it's a nice mask. It does have fragrance in it. I can smell it right away. So now we have the mask on. You want to hit the on-off button, hit the squiggly line to the left, but you want to hit the negative now. So the negative is pushing in instead of pulling out. So we're going to go ahead and just go up and down the mask the same way we did the exfoliation. And it's helping to infuse all the beautiful ingredients of this mask into your skin. Of course, you would just go, and you don't have to do it the whole time you have the mask on. So I'm just going to go 3 times in each direction on the forehead. And I'm moving swiftly with the mask on. At home, you can take your time. Go down the nose. Well, this doesn't really go down my whole nose, does it? And we're going to go under the eye. And it's just a sweeping motion. Go ahead and clean the head off. Move down. And I just keep moving down the whole section. Just continue to move outward. I go about 3 to 5 times over and just move down. I'm done with the infusion part of the mask, so I'm going to turn it off. Okay, and so this mask is supposed to sit on the skin for 15 minutes, so I'm going to allow it to sit, and I will be right back with you. Okay, let's remove this. And now I am just going to take this, press the power button, the squiggly line, and the negative, and I'm just going to go over that mask serum that's on there. I'm just going to do 1 sweep over my whole face. So now I'm just going to take my washcloth. I'm going to press the excess of that mask off. Now I'm just going to follow with my usual skincare. So today I'm going to go ahead. I've been using this. This came in my Maple Bloom box and I really like it. It's the Camu Brightening Mist by Luxe Organic. I'm going to go ahead and spritz that on. I love it. And I'm just going to press it into my skin because I'm a presser. And then because I am still doing my comparison video, I'm going to go ahead and apply 2 different vitamin C serums, but this is not what you should do, my friends. Please hear me. Whatever vitamin C serum you use, you put on your face. You only need one. I am doing a comparison video for you that I started, I wrote it on the bottom. August 10th, I started using these products, so they have a little more time to go. But the one I'm putting on this side of my face is Blue Alchemy. It's their Multi-C Serum. This one is all natural. Everything's natural about it. And I'm just going to give it a shake. And I put 2 squirts in my hand, and I just go ahead and massage it into this half of my face. So on the other side of my face, I'm going to be using the May Love, and this is the Glow Maker Antioxidant Serum. Many of you wanted to know what I thought of this. So I take 1 full dropper because I want to get through this, and since I'm only using it on one side of my face, I use a full dropper because it'll go bad before I can finish it up. And I usually allow my vitamin C serum to sit. Now, there are a lot of new articles I'm reading, and you're going to start seeing people tell you to do this. It's not a written, it's just, I think we're such a fast-paced world now that people want to rush everything, and they're saying just put all of your ingredients, all your serums, squirt them all into your hand and put them on your face. You can do that if you want, but don't feel pressured. I was reading a magazine article a couple months back and said that was the new thing, and I thought, well, I rather like my layering. So I'm going to continue to layer and allow things to have their moment, okay? But if you want to just put them all in your hand and throw them on to save time, you go right ahead. So now I'm going to use my Dr. Dennis, and I'm getting very low on this, so I have to pick the, well, my pump actually stopped working. So I'm just going to put a little dot of it on each eye. I love the retinol. I've been using this for years, and I probably have gone through, I don't know, 6 to 10 bottles of it. I love it. Absolutely love it. It has a retinol, it's ferulic, I just love it. And I do that on my eyebrows, on my lid, and just all the way around. Okay, this product is safe for lids. Because so now I want to really infuse some moisture into my skin. So I'm going to go ahead with the Ordinary's Matrixyl. Now this is where I do mix a product in. I'm just going to take a dropper of this. I just ordered the buffet because the buffet has everything in it. So just so I can eliminate a couple of products, I ordered the buffet. I'm going to take the Drunk Elephant, and I'm going to take 2 squirts of the hyaluronic acid, which is their B Hydra Intensive Hydration Gel. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pat that onto my skin. And I'm going to go down my neck with it. Again, don't forget, when you're at home and you have all the time in the world, you go right ahead and do your neck, okay, with this tool. So now I want to make sure that my skin is a little bit damp. This time I'm just going to mist this lightly, very lightly, okay? And so now I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the infusion. I'm going to hit my power button, I'm going to hit the squiggly line, and then I'm going to hit the minus, the negative, and I'm going to go. So I'm done with that now. That is probably the last I would use this. And I also wanted to mention, you can do the infusion part of this daily. And it doesn't have to be long and drawn out like I'm doing. I'm just trying to really cover all angles for you. But it really, I mean, it's like a 5-minute process, okay? Because you can just, you know, I mean, you're not talking, you're doing your thing, okay? Just make sure that your face does stay damp. So I prefer to use the normal amount of serum and then just give a spritz to my face as I go along, because I'm not really washing the serum off. It's just then pushing it in. And because I'm using the thermal water, I'm using a very sterile water. So it's not interfering with any of the products. If you don't keep your face wet enough, you may feel a little prickliness, and you also will be tugging the skin, and it won't be gliding over your serums as smoothly as it should. The last thing I wanted to say about this product and show you is that you can use it in the way you use a new face. Now, I'm going to state and say it does not work as well as the new face, but not everybody has a new face. So this tool here, if you had it, you can work areas like that. Now you do have to make sure the skin is damp. So I'm just going to put a spritz around the eye there. And how you would use that is you would turn the power on and you would just hit pad. So you wouldn't hit any of the other buttons, you would just hit pad and you would hold it up, make sure the skin is wet, and you hold it and you can feel it pulsates. Move to the next area. So you would just do that. And it will help to give you a little bit of a lift if you use it on a regular basis. But again, it does not work the same way as the new face. And so everything will be listed and linked below for you. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm going to let you take a look-see of my skin before and after. I just think everything looks plumped. I really do. All right, my friends. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe. We're living life here. Go out in the world and be happy, healthy, beautiful, and most of all, my friends, lovable. I love you all. Bisous.